So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to wrap my side skirts. So I already got this all prepped. This came in gel coated, basic FRP stuff. But I sanded this down with 320 all the way up to 1500 and then primed it. Actually, I primed it before I went to 1500 and then sanded it down again nice and smooth. You want to prep these surfaces just like you're gonna paint them, because when you put the wrap over it, anything that's under there will show. So yeah, I also did like a little bit of putty, I guess, spot putty on some of the pinholes. And then yeah, now it's perfect. We got Ethan over here. We're prepping the material. What you got?
Still have to slice it up, but we got 104 by 45.
What is this, a Tech Citrus Yellow?
It is.
Yeah, a lot of people think that that's Type R yellow, but it's actually not. So Ethan's gonna be helping me do this because it's a lot easier to have two people do this. I was gonna say two hands, we got four hands. So we're gonna use glass cleaner real quick, new microfiber towel, and then what you're gonna do is just spray this down and then wipe off all the excess dust. I'm sure there's be dust on there, but I'm trying to minimize dust. I've already mopped my floors. After you clean it with glass cleaner, we're gonna spray it with matte detailer. And this is just kind of reduces the tackiness of the Tech film, because sometimes when you have to reset, it's a pain in the butt. And if you hit it with this, it's easier. It doesn't do anything as far as like adhesion, because I've had my car wrapped for about 3 years now and I don't have any lifting. Well, you've had issues with too much tackiness before?
Oh, dude, that's like the main issue you get as an installer of any sort, even with PPF. Like,
too tacky.
Yeah, a lot. Like recently, I've been using a crazy amount of soap in my PPF solution, like more than normal, because I'd rather have it be slipping around, because the moment it catches, if there's too much air or it's grippy,
yeah,
it'll pull the adhesive off the back and you'll see dots and stuff.
Oh, what a pain. So
it's better for it to kind of glide around, and then once you heat it and put pressure on it, then have it lock into place.
I think that's what most people don't understand is Tech is like a heat activated, I guess.
Yeah, it's I would say almost
adhesive.
90% heat activated.
Yeah.
Like that, whereas like most other films are 50-50.
Yeah.
You can press on it and then you post heat and that finally locks it in. But with a Tech, like I try to lay as much without heat.
Yeah.
And then once I'm using the heat, it's like I want to get it in one shot. That way it's just, done. Perfect.
And that atomizes pretty good too. Do we get any on here? Nope.
Should be good. Do you have a squeegee or anything?
Yep.
Perfect.
Right here.
So
no tension?
What we'll do is we'll give it a little tension, nothing crazy. We could do a little bit of a cold stretch. Just don't want to overdo it because it is a pretty straightforward panel.
Y'all.
So make sure we're lined up. Take a little bit more your way if you can.
And just center it?
Yeah, center it. Give it a little, actually, let's prioritize the bottom of it because we should be able to stretch up pretty well. So give it a good pull right now, just cold. Yeah, like that. And just go straight down.
Do I have enough?
Yeah, take some more. I got a good amount over here.
Okay, I think I'm good there.
Okay.
You good there?
Yeah.
All right.
Pull.
Good.
Straight down.
We're not tacking the sides, are we?
No, but I like to just kind of put it down because it'll just kind of hold it there for right now since nothing's tacked yet.
Got it.
Let me grab my squeegee.
Time to hee Michael Jackson. One side.
Yeah, so what I would do is, how there's that one recess right in the middle? I'd start with this bottom area, so get that face first. We can kind of go like half and half so you can mirror me. So we want to hit this bottom face first, a little bit of a raised one, right?
Oh.
So hit that, try not to touch anything past the recess towards the top.
You don't just use your gloves for this? Oh no, this is easier.
Yeah, for a Tech, typically I like to use squeegee as much as possible because with a glove, it's hard to get the exact pressure and get every bit of air out. This kind of ensures that it's a consistent pressure.
How much pressure are we doing?
So like here, put your, I would say like just about that much.
Oh, that's not much at all.
Yeah, just enough to make sure the air comes out.
Gotcha.
Because even if you do mess up a little bit, you want it to still be able to pick up. So then now what I would do is pop it right up to that line, take the corner of my squeegee. You could even actually use your finger at this point and just slowly feed it in making sure not to trap any air. And you want to make sure it's down all the way to that deepest recess. But you also got to make sure it's fully lifted off, because if it's tacked to the top, it'll trap it and create tension.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy doing my wing, by the way.
Yeah.
And you had to like two-piece it, and I had to like cut it in between the wing stands.
Yep.
I was like, that was great.
It always gets, wings are tricky when they're two-piece like that, where you gotta do the inner piece and then the outer piece.
Yeah.
To line up well.
God, dude, I did the bottom side twice.
Yeah, the trick is to like get over coverage on the bottom side. That way the top side becomes a lot easier to lay.
Yeah.
So right now I'm kind of just going with my finger and trying to listen or feel for any air that's in this recess.
Like that?
Yeah, exactly. So when that happens, I like to pick it back up and then push it out. And so yeah, when you hear that air, lift up this side so it's not touching right there. Yeah, lift it all the way to where it is and then push it out. I got you. So then from here, I start in that recess with my squeegee and I just come straight up to the edge. And that way it's evenly pushing out the air from the recess. If you start too high, you're gonna trap air and it's gonna move its way into that recess, and that's the last place you want air.
But this has air channels to let it go, just in case, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But say, for example, right there, you were to start up here and not hit this area first, even though it has air channels and you could, in theory, push it out.
Yeah.
If it does tack for whatever reason, you're gonna have to lift back up to pop that air out.
And when you do a lot of constant lifting or popping, that's where you get glue lines?
Yeah, glue lines where you're introducing dust as well. And every time you pop it up, when I try to pop it up, I try to do it very subtly rather than like, yeah, just kind of like launching it up, because that'll suck air in. And if you do it too fast, it'll create like a suction that will introduce dust if there's any around, which there always is. Yeah, maybe if you just want to hold the side skirt so it doesn't move, that'd be great. So you see how there's a little bit of air right on that corner?
Yep.
I like to kind of lift it up so it's just a little bit of pull.
Heat it up.
Yeah, so you see how it's kind of shrinking to the car or to the panel instead of, you know, just sitting there. Most materials will just sit there and not really change much. And Nosatec will actually, you know, become smaller and shrink to the panel, which I like. Once you know how to work with it, you can really use it to your advantage. But again, if you don't know how to work with it, it can be one of the more frustrating films because it's very backwards of what you do with a lot of films.
Yeah, I've never had issues since I was there the whole time they were wrapping my Integra almost 3 years ago. So I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Okay. But I hear a lot of people always talking crap on social, like, oh, that's a shitty film. It doesn't stick.
I mean, yeah, dude, like certain batches won't stick, but if you properly install it, like I did an entire Ferrari F430, and that thing's a very, very round car, and we used a ton of detail spray so it wouldn't stick until we heated everything. And then once we heated everything, it was locked into the car.
Yeah, a post is a huge thing for these.
So I actually can go up a little bit on the face right here. And then I come over here. And I try to put it more on the face of the what's viewable. That way when it overlaps, it's still going to be on that line, but it's a little bit towards the face rather than on the bottom.
Oh.
As long as the line is straight, it's nearly impossible to see.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure this whole line down here is down. And so now I'm gonna heat from the middle up this way. I'm gonna try not to focus this area, really just this way. I'm gonna pull tension with the line and then also towards the bottom.
Got it. Damn, that bitch hot.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Just slowly go towards. Yeah, right, there's perfect. I'm gonna go middle up.
Every time I film, the gardeners come out. It's like a thing.
They know.
They absolutely know.
So usually just about a 1/4 inch overlap onto the bottom. Didn't fully cut through, which is good, but I'm a little worried because it's peeling this under piece. Definitely a little, not too tacky. That's okay.
Post will do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's lock it in real quick. The beauty of a Nosotech as well is you can heat it pretty hot compared to most films. And then even if, you know, you were pressing really hard with your squeegee and left some minor surface scratches, you can even polish it out after, which is really nice. And I know you do that with your cars.
Yeah,
With the Integra, I know you polish that thing a bit and it's great.
Makes it look like it's freaking paint.
Exactly.
So this took us about 2 hours. I bet you can do this within like an hour or so if you're not filming, but when you're filming, everything's a lot longer. So we got the Charge Speed logo back on. See, that's got a little hole right there for it. It looks pretty nice. And everything is pretty. So we got some little inlays, or not inlays, but like little patches right here because we ran out of length, and this is like the amount of material we had. If we had a longer material, it would have been all right, but this is underside of the car. You can't even see it, but I know it still bugs me, but it's fine. Look at that. Ooh, nice and clean all the way. Look at that gloss though, all the way down. Nice and pretty. On this side, nice and pretty as well. So yes, the biggest thing here is make sure you prep properly, and then you take your time doing the job, okay? Because you can obviously do this quickly, but it might not come out the same. No speck of dust on the wrap. See that? Woo! Can't wait to throw these on.